Hello students, let us start the third chapter of economics of class 10th, that is poverty as a challenge. This was poverty is very well known by all of us. Poverty means people who are not able to fulfill their basic requirements, means they are poor. If we come to India, so let's start with introduction, that what is the meaning of poverty. It means hunger. If the person is not eating proper food, and it also means lack of many things like lack of shelter, not getting proper shelter, home. There are many people who are living on footpath, sleeping on footpath in night in city areas, even in Mumbai type of cities also. This is one of the major problem, that is clean water, the lack of sanitation, regular job, etc. Plus if people cannot afford treatment and the other facilities which are the basic requirements of a person, means that person is a poor person. So these all things comes in poverty, and for India it has, that is, it has largest concentration of the poor in the world. Let me clear you to an example that, as we all know, that number one country in population is China, number two country in world in population is India, and number three country in population is USA, that is America. And there are 26% people who all comes in poor, below poverty line. That means this much percent of people are poor in India. The total population of poor in India is 125 crore. Sorry, the total population of India is 125 crore, and among which 26% people, which is approximately 32 crore people. So this is how 32 crore people are poor in India, who have no shelter, no proper food, treatment, and other facilities. And if we come to USA, then the total population, the world's third largest populated nation, USA's total population is 27 crore, while in India 32 crore people come below poverty line. Means these peoples itself are make world's are more than world third largest populated nation. So this is how you can see that how much concentration of the poor people of the world are in India. The second part of the chapter is poverty as seen by social scientists. Now what social scientists are thinking about poverty? As we know that income and consumptions are the main measure of poverty, that how much income or earning of a person is, and uh, how much a person can afford to consume a thing. On the basis of this, the social scientists divide it into two parts. The first one is known as the social exclusion. Now social exclusion, before writing the definition, social exclusion means the situation, the here we see poor people are there, but these poor people become poor because of the system of a society. Society is the main reason behind it. The social rituals and the social customs are the main reason behind it, as like ST, SCs are poor because on one side they are not getting proper education, and on other side they were not getting proper facilities by the rest of the society. Even today we can see the home of the ST and SCs in the village areas in the corner sides. So though they are not enjoying the facilities, and that is why they are backward and they are poor. Now they are backward and poor because of the social exclusion. They make them poor. So this is the meaning of this word social exclusion, and the definition is: it is a process through which individual or group of or groups, either individual or a groups, are prevented from using the facilities, benefits and opportunities which are in the societies, that the better of section. Better of section means the section which are enjoying it, the better of section of the societies are enjoying it. So means particular section of the societies are enjoying all the facilities, benefits and the opportunities, while there are some communities or groups which are not enjoying it, and the main reason behind it is the social system, the social custom and the social rituals. For example, if a person die in a family, it is compulsory for that person to arrange the third day program. After that, what we say in Hinduism is Mrityu Bhoj and etc., which is very expensive for that poor people. This is known as social exclusion. And the second type which social scientists divide poverty is the vulnerability. Now, as we see here, social exclusion, there are poor people and they become poor because of the social system. Now here people are not poor, they are just above the borderline, but they will become poor if anything happening bad. For example, if natural calamity is happening or anything happen, that thing first hit these peoples. Let us take another example. For example, the prices of the vegetable increases 5 rupees. This will not affect people will say that okay, the prices are increasing, but they, even then they will eat vegetables regularly daily. But there are few peoples now who are not using vegetables regularly because the prices are increasing. Means this thing directly hit these particular peoples. So when a bad condition or a bad situations, because of the bad condition and bad situations, few peoples affected more than the other people, this thing is known as vulnerability, and the definition of it is: means when the greater probability of being more adversely affected than other people when bad times comes for everybody. So this is how the poverty is seen by social scientists on two bases. First is the social exclusion and the second one is the vulnerability. Now how can we say that a particular person is a poor or he is not a poor? This is we measure through an imaginary line which we say poverty line. So this is our next topic, the third topic of the chapter, poverty line. A common method used to measure poverty, as I said, earlier also, is based on two things. The first one is income, that how much a person is earning, and the second one is the consumption, that how much a person can afford to use or to consume things. So these both levels are the main measure. People are sorry, we are government and the World Bank are using in for deciding the poverty line. There are some other criterias which are using for it. The second point is the poverty line may vary with time and places. It depends on the particular place or time. For example, like in America, there are many people, they doesn't know what is poverty. Even then, there are few people who have very luxurious cars like Mercedes, BMW, etc. On other hand, there are people who have car, who own car, whose price is in Indian rupees from 20 to 50 lakhs only. But these peoples who own these types of cars, they feel inferior in America, and in their society they are poor, while according to our society they are rich. So it depends on place that a person is poor or not. So it varies in whole world, plus many other things which we include in it, especially in India. The Indian government also see many things like a minimum level of food requirement, clothing, footwear, fuel and light, educational and medical requirements, etc. are determined for subsistence. Means these are physical quantities that what we discuss, like food requirement, clothing, footwear, fuel, lights, education, medical requirements, etc., etc., are multiplied by their prices in rupees. Means now this much of rupees, if a person is earning, that means that person is not a poor, and if that person is not earning this much of rupees, that means that person is a poor. How we decide it is like this. The rural and the urban areas. First of all, of India. In India, the government decided on two bases. First in rupees. Rupees 328 per person per month in the rural areas, while in the urban areas it is rupees 454 per person per month. Now it is for per person. Means if there is a family of 5 person, then we will divide this 328 into 5. That means this much amount of money must a family earn in a month. If that family is not earning this much amount of money, then that family comes below poverty line. This is 328 in rural areas, while in urban areas 454, because the prices are high in the urban areas instead of the rural areas. The government of India also decide poverty line on another basis, which is on the basis of the consumption. Means how much food a person is consumed. 2400 calories per person per day in the rural areas, while in urban areas it is 2100 calories per person per day. Means a person get this much amount of calories or eat or consume this much amount of calories in rural and urban areas. Sorry, in urban areas it is only 2100, while in rural areas it is 2400, because the rural peoples are doing much more hard work than urban people. If we see in world level, then what the World Bank is decide is $1 per person per day. If a person is earning $1 per person per day, then that person is not a poor, and if not he is not earning, that means a person is a poor. But if we see that thing in Indian rupees, then the value of Indian rupees per dollar is 50 to 55 rupees. But what we discuss, the physical quantities like food requirement, clothing, footwear, fuel, light, education, medical requirements, etc., and etc., these all physical quantities a person can easily get in under 328 rupees in rural areas and 454 rupees in the urban areas in a month. So this is how we decide poverty line in India and in world by World Bank and UN. That's all in our first part of the chapter, poverty as a challenge. We will continue this chapter with our next topic, which is poverty estimates. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Any kind of problem and doubt, you can send me your comment, or you can visit to my blog also, which is bipindogra.blogspot.in. Thank you.